First National Bank DeRitter and the Arts and Humanities Council present In the Interest of Art. You'll meet artists with the ability to inspire. Friday mornings at 11:30.
From painting to printmaking to wearable art, Morgan Allain combines different types of media to create her pieces. A graduate of the McNeese School of Art, she's continued to explore new outlets for her creativity, and we're so glad that she's our guest today in the interest of art. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And I think you actually went to school with my daughter.
I did,
All
indeed.
you young creative people.
We're a fun group.
And have created some really wonderful, wonderful works of art.
Thank you.
And I love your name that you've given yourself, the Inkling Girl.
Yes.
What does that mean to you?
I've always loved reading, and I love C.S. Lewis. He's one of my favorite authors, and he and J.R.R. Tolkien, along with a few other writers, had a writing group called the Inklings. And so I read that somewhere, and that kind of just stuck with me, and so that's kind of where the name came from. I just stole it.
Perfect fit for you, though. Do you like to work with pen and ink or painting, or what's your favorite medium right now?
Right now, watercolor, and I use a lot of pens, archival pens. I really only picked up watercolor after school. I didn't do any of that, and then
because you concentrated in printmaking.
Yes, in printmaking, which is an extremely expensive type of art to do. And so after school, I was like, I don't want to mess with any of that and invest in it. So I just picked up a watercolor set, and it kind of just snowballed from there.
More portable, I guess, and
yes,
easier to set up at home.
definitely more portable and much less equipment.
All right. Well, you do printmaking, you do paintings, you make this jewelry as well. You're doing T-shirts. You're just kind of everywhere. I'm really impressed with how many mediums that you use. What kind of influences you? What do you think is your biggest influence?
Well, I've always been a big reader, and so I love stories and fairy tales. I'm definitely a kid at heart. So I've always liked things that are whimsical and fanciful, like mermaids and that kind of thing. And I love animals, and I had like every possible pet growing up. So I draw a lot of animals. There's just, you can't run out of inspiration there.
All right.
It's
and
fast.
You do take commissions for portrait work. So if you want a portrait, or if you want a portrait of your animal, you can do that for people.
Too. Yes, I do a lot of portraits. I do pet portraits. Really, you name it, and I've probably done it before.
All right. Now, speaking of authors and books, you are also a comic book artist.
My husband is.
Okay. You're just supporting that.
Yes, I'm the background.
Okay. And we're actually having an event this Saturday and Sunday for people that love comic books.
Yes, BayouCon. It'll be Saturday and Sunday, and at the Chateau de Calcasieu on Enterprise Avenue. I'll be there at the Dead Reckoning booth, which is actually my husband's comic book. Okay. He's a local artist and a teacher. He's awesome.
And we've actually had him on the show before.
Yes.
You've gotten to take a look at his work. Very interesting stuff,
yes,
too.
He's very talented.
All right, so that's this Saturday and Sunday at the Chateau de Calcasieu on Enterprise Boulevard, and you can get your tickets online at bayoucon.net.
Yes.
Or I'm assuming you can get them at the door, too. If you show up, they're not going to turn you away.
No.
All right. Tell us how we can find your work, because you're can be found online a few different places.
You can find me on Facebook, and I do weekly giveaways on my Facebook page, so Facebook /The Inkling Girl. You can also find me on Etsy. It's www.etsy.com/shop/The Inkling Girl, and also on Society6.
Okay.
Society6.com/The Inkling Girl.
And if you've missed any of those and you want to find out, you can either call us here at the station or call Arts and Humanities, and they can pass those contacts on along to you to find some of Morgan's work and make it your own. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
We had a good time, and I'm getting one of those necklaces before you leave.
All right.
Well, up next, Ben Terry's going to have a look at our afternoon forecast, and we're going to see whose fish story is our winner in this week's Trophy Link. We're going to be right back.